I'm up on the 11th green with Paul again. We're at the next stage of the construction where Paul's got the sub base down and he shaped it up, and I'll let the expert tell you what happens next.
Okay, so the 11th green site, obviously it's a fairly difficult site. We had 1.9 metres of fall from the back of the green to the front. So we have slightly lowered the back, raised the front, so we've taken it to 1.6 metres of fall. But we still have a great degree of slope that we need to soften to allow the balls to stop, whereas before we just had the green was just too quick back to front. So we've shaped up the sub base, and now we use this tool here, Smart Tool, which will give us the percentage of slope on the green.
Okay, now the old green, Paul, what was the percentage of slope on that?
It was basically worked to nearly 3.5 to 4% all over.
Okay.
So, and we've worked out really that for us to be pinnable, that it needs to be around 2.5%.
Yeah.
To have pinnable locations. So yeah, if we just pick an area at the back here.
And what would the members say if you built a green today that was 3%?
Well, no, look, it wouldn't be. For back 30 years ago when we were cutting greens at 5 mil, it would be acceptable, but these days with the quality of equipment that we've got and the expectations of members that they would like fast greens,
yeah,
then that percentage just wouldn't be suitable.
So in the 60s, 70s and 80s when green surfaces weren't as good, the the turf management wasn't as sophisticated as it is today, then
yes,
you could have that slope and it was acceptable, but it would be unputtable today.
That's right. So we've got 1.3% there, which is puttable. We have pinnable areas on this whole back of the green, and we break down through this tier, if you'd like to call it.
Yeah. Where one slope runs into another, but it's more gradual.
We've got puttable locations all around the front of the green.
And we have the serial pest over here come to say hello. Hello, Mark.
So hello, bro. At this point now, it'll be, we need the steering committee, general manager Bob Harrison, everyone to sign off on the shape of the green, the sub base.
Yeah.
And then from there we'll put the drainage layer, the lay flat system across the whole green.
So what goes on next, Paul?
That's the lay flat
layer. Yeah.
And then from there we'll put the 100 mil of gravel.
Yeah.
And then 265 mil of growing medium.
Okay. All right. So there you have it from Paul. So it's very unrealistic to think this green's going to be flat when you've got almost 2 metres of fall. You'd have to build the front up, and then it would be almost impossible to get the ball up onto the putting surface. So it's going to be some gradual rolling slopes, but certainly more pin positions, and certainly not the 3 degrees or 3% of slope that the old green had.